Hello and welcome everyone to my presentation about how films can be used as a method for persuasion and propaganda. Let me just begin with what defines propaganda and persuasion. Propaganda is disseminating information, facts, arguments, rumors, half truths, or lies to influence public opinion. Persuasion is defined as a process by which a person's attitude or behavior are without duress influenced by communication from other people. We could definitely say that drastic changes in the course of history were influenced by persuasion and propaganda. Important milestones in history influence the reason why different decades have different movie premises and filmmaking styles to attract the audiences. Controversy follows cinema. Controversy gets in the way of popular cinema that is a sane society. We are in the modern and digital era where voices are heard more in volume than in the past. These are some of the underrated movies that really involved the audience into and persuaded them into thinking one way or the other. Jackie Brown led us to think suspiciously about different characters in the movie, a classic case of whodunit. The Sixth Sense also had a similar approach towards the audience, where the audience were confused about the climax and persuaded them into thinking something else. However, the movie Wolf of Wall Street brings us back to Cialdini's third principle, which is authority. Even though the audience was aware of unethical approach that the character showcased, they were pulled in by the authority and the charisma the actor Leo portrayed. Some men to this date still idealize this film for the career aspect. The political propaganda and escapist film played a huge role in boosting the image and for the functionality of the Nazi Germany and Britain during World War II. The two countries shared similarities in the way they ran the government. After World War One, the patriotism in Germany seemed to diminish. The movie Triumph of the Will introduced new forms of filmmaking where it introduced new forms of cinematography and technology and also glorified Hitler's policies. The movie was a success which helped in bringing back the ideology back to the Germans. In the movie Which We Serve, the movie portrayed a sense of togetherness in all social classes where they introduced that it was in fact a people's war in Britain. The one thing common in these both movies is that it was a government favored movie which helped the functionality of the countries. The common aspect of these three movies brings us back to Cialdini's fourth principle, which is consistency. Films that showcase patriotism worked among the audience, and Rocky, G.I. Jane, and Top Gun portrays American pride. After the release of Top Gun, a lot of young Americans joined the US Air Force, where the movie was successful in persuading the audience. Sanju and Azhar are biopics of celebrities who had a tarnished reputation. The movie did a successful job in whitewashing the celebrities' image and presenting them in a positive light. It has a hint of snob appeal in these movies, where the movies flatter the celebrities to the viewers. Kashmir Files is one of these movies that is praised by some but also attracted intense controversies. The movie kind of did have a propaganda against a religious group, which is the reason controversies followed. The Prime Minister of India endorsed the movie, and the cast and the crew also intensely promoted the movie after the release, where they delivered venomous dialogues and monologues. The people who are in favor of the ideology were the people who are in support of the movie. Speaking on this topic, let's talk on the topic the portrayal of Muslims in Indian cinema. In majority of the movies, portrayal of Muslims in Bollywood has always seemed to be said with propaganda against Muslims. The stereotype where the dressing sense, the way of communication, and the thought process was repetitive and frankly, to be honest, insulting. 65.2% of respondents to a research on Indian cinema and Muslim image depicted that they have negative approach towards the Muslims. Movies like My Name is Khan, which stars Kajol and Shah Rukh Khan, have rebelled against this issue in a very sensible and artistic manner. Discussing and connecting the previous discussion on the propaganda and the films that are linked for the Nazi Germany and Britain, similarly, Bollywood subtly works according to the government's favor. Yes, it is not as intense as the countries mentioned, yet there are still traces. The censorship is regulated and controlled with ample investment according to the economic and political aspects of the government, which points us to the direction of Herman and Chomsky's propaganda model. In conclusion, in today's day and age, cinema has progressed politically positively in many aspects. The younger generation has all platforms to call out any propaganda that is unjust. However, cinema as a mass media platform to the viewers will still continue to be used for various purposes, negative or positive. In the end, the outcome will be decided by the perspective of the audience, that is, to be persuaded or to be part of a propaganda. Thank you.